Yogic pranams to all of you. Information excellent, but information without practice is impotent. Mind always tries to gather the information. Just information is not knowledge. Knowledge is when the information becomes an experience, then that is called the knowledge. Please see this. Information is not knowledge. When the information becomes an experience and every cell of the personality start experiencing that, then that is the knowledge. And this knowledge, no one can loot this knowledge. Prachanna Guptan Dhanam. This is the Gupta Dhana, the secret treasure, the experience, not the information. So, practice is the only dimension in sadhana. Practice is the only dimension in sadhana. If we are sincere to practice, at the right time, the practice is going to unfold slowly and gradually. So, keeping this in the background, let us learn the practice systematically. For the mantra japa anusthana, asana is very important. Posture. How the posture has to be? The posture has to be sthira and sukha. Sthira means the stability. Sukha means sense of well-being. And the body needs a structure. The structure which is going to sustain the activity for a length of time without any disturbance, that kind of structure is needed. So, for that asana, here all our rishis have suggested, including Bhagavan Krishna, Yogeshwara, Samam Kaya Shirogrivam. Keep the back, neck, head along the same straight line and learn to sit still. So, our rishis are not insisting on the position of the legs. They are insisting on only one thing: keep the back, neck, head along the same straight line. To keep this structure erect, we need a broad base, we need a comfortable base, we need a base which gives the stability. So, for that, Sukhasana, Padmasana, Siddhasana, Swastikasana, all asanas are excellent. So, here, when we sit for meditation, it is better if we try to sit in Sukhasana. The name itself suggests Sukha. It gives us Sukha, sense of joy, sense of comfort, sense of well-being. So, when we sit for meditation, this is the position, and then this is the mudra. We have to keep the mudra like this, Jnana mudra or Chin mudra. Then we have to keep the back, neck, head along the same straight line. We have to sit like this. This is the first part of meditation, keeping back, neck, head along the same straight line and sitting like this. Then what is the second part? The second part is we have to give a orientation, a training to the system. What is that orientation? The first one is the body has to become absolutely still. How to make the body still? By dropping all the movements and the voluntary activities of the body. For example, moving my hands, voluntary. This is voluntary. This movement is voluntary. All these are voluntary. So meditation says, consciously, without creating any tension in you, drop all these movements which are under your control. Consciously we have to do that. That's very important. After that, this is at the physical level. Then at the mental level, what is to be done? At the mental level, we have to bring an attitude and we have to develop an attitude. Cultivating an attitude is very, very important for sadhana. What is that attitude in the mind? Santrupta bhava, santosha bhava. Mind is constantly generating discontentment. I am not happy, I am not contented. Please see this. Mind is constantly generating waves and waves and waves of the vibrations. Now this vibration is becoming the person. Whatever vibration one is having, he or she becomes that. So here, friends, we have to understand that mind is a very important instrument. I have to train the mind. I have to give samskara to the mind. What is that samskara I have to give? Give suggestion. I am happy. I am comfortable. This is precisely the japa. Yad bhavam tad bhavati. When you start repeating something with the feeling, you become that. Let us discuss this bit later. So whatever you think again and again, whatever you feel again and again, whatever suggestion you give it to your mind again and again and again, you become that. This is precisely the japa is. When I start repeating a particular mantra, particular vibration again and again and again and again, slowly the entire energy field starts vibrating with that vibration. So here, to begin with, I have to work at the mental level, and consciously I have to change the mental field so that the mind starts releasing the positive energy. So for that, what is to be done? Very simple. Keep giving suggestion to your mind. I am happy. I am contented. I am so fortunate. Lord is giving me everything. I am so blessed. I am very thankful and grateful to the Lord because Lord is giving me everything. Now that feeling has to sink and expand in your mind again and again and again. If you don't prepare and if you straight away start the japa, we have to struggle a lot even to get the feel of it, So, this is to be done. After that, what is to be done? After that, Sharira Yatra. This Sharira Yatra is not a slow one. Quick scanning. How to do that? From the toes, quickly start seeing every part of the body as if we are scanning and come to Sahasrara. And from the Sahasrara again, continuously, without any break. How to do it? Your drishti, you have to catch your inner gaze like a torchlight from the bottom. Keep moving the torchlight upwards, trying to see every part, every cell, every system, and come to Sahasrara. And from Sahasrara again come down quickly, from the toes, after the toes, both the feet, then the ankle joints, calf muscles, knee joints, both the thighs, then the abdominal area, chest, like this. I am going to take you through quickly. 3 times you have to do that. While doing this, 2 things happen in you. The first one is body relaxes and the body starts receiving energy from you. Whenever your drishti, that is the gaze, your mind, that is the feeling, touches any part, that part becomes healthy. This is the secret of healing. This is the secret of healing. But your drishti has to touch that. Please see this. Drishti has to touch that. And for that, you have to train the drishti. That is one important thing that's going to happen. And second thing is, when you start doing it continuously from here, from the toes up to the head and head up to the toes, when you do it, what exactly you are doing is, you are training the mind to develop the quality of dharana. And without dharana, no japa, no meditation. Dharana, what is dharana? Dharana means keeping my awareness, keeping my attention, keeping my focus on something continuously without any break is called dharana. Dharana sucha yogyata manasaha. The mind has to qualify for dharana, then only dhyana starts. If the mind does not qualify, then that's why asana, pranayama, all those activities are to strengthen dharana. Dharana means holding the awareness in one place. That is called dharana. So what is, I can't focus, to begin with, I can't focus dharana on a single point. So our rishis suggested, take your body as an energy field and allow your awareness to travel from the toes, continuously touching every part inside the physical body, and again go back, do it, go back. Practice 3 times, 3 or 4 times. And while doing so, you know what happens? Very interesting. You start and you come up to knee joints, and then without your knowledge, your awareness is kidnapped by some thought, some emotion, some feeling, some urgent task, and you go away. Your body is sitting here only, and this is called Maya. This is the Maya. We forget. Forgetfulness is not meditation, not samadhi. We forget. This is tamas. And when we are in tamas, we forget, and then at that time, some thought comes and takes me away. And that is called daydreaming. Vikalpa in yoga. Most of the time, the mind gets into this vikalpa. We have to wake up the mind, not to get into this forgetful state. That's why the continuity is very important. When you start, you see to it. Your awareness continuously travels like non-stop train, and again come back. Only 3 times you have to do. We are going to practice it now. After 3 times, what is to be done? I am teaching a very simple technique, not complicated technique. After that, you focus here. This is called Sushumna Kendra. Here, left nostril, right nostril, between left and right, there is a middle wall inside the nose, and the middle wall is merging here, the upper lip. This is the point. This is called Sushumna Kendra. Now what is to be done? My mind has to be focused. Dharana on Sushumna, Sushumna Dharana. You may ask the question, why I have to meditate on Sushumna? It's a very interesting question. Why I have to meditate on Sushumna? Because if my awareness travels through Ida Nadi, the left channel, automatically the mind, the right hemisphere becomes active, and without my knowledge, the awareness gets into sentiments, emotions, introvert, depression, dejection, all those things. Instead of that, if my awareness gets into the right channel, that is the Pingala, then my left hemisphere catches this awareness and I get into extrovert activities. Outside, logical, argument, trying to prove the point. And both are not for spiritual activity. That is the interesting dimension. Samatvam yoga uchyate. Yoga means samatva. What is samatva? Slowly freeing the awareness from the left, from the right, and bringing it to the central activity zone, that is this Sushumna activity zone. That's why in Gayatri Mahamantra, when we do it, we do the Nadi Shodhan Pranayama to bring the awareness along the Sushumna Nadi. That is very important. When your awareness is in Sushumna Nadi, at that time, whatever decision you take, whatever your activity you do, that is yukta, balanced. That is yukta. If the prana is, or if your awareness is under the influence of Ida, your decision is not going to be the right decision. It is full of emotions, sentiments. And if it is under the influence of Surya Nadi, then it is very much argumentative, logical, objective, trying to prove a point. Again, the ego, intellect comes into the picture. That's why all japas we have to perform when the awareness travels through the Sushumna Nadi. That's why Rishis, especially our Gurudev Swami Rama, he has given this technique, Sushumna Dharana, Sushumna application. Here you focus. 60 counts, keep looking at this point. Not that side, not this side. Samprekshya nasikagram swam dishascha na avalokayan. Don't allow to move in this direction, in that direction, or no. Again and again, see to it. Your awareness stays here, gracefully, comfortably, and both the eyes are relaxed and the inner eyes are focused here. Antaschakshudharana here. And mentally count 60, keep watching there. If you do it, automatically the realignment takes place at the mental level. The blood pressure, short-temperedness, inconsistency, all will disappear. Mind becomes calm and serene and balanced. That is the bhumika for japa.